Back on Inside Tennessee with the representative from the 15th District. That is Sam McKenzie, again, a freshman in the legislature, but a veteran in politics. Don Bosch, you wanted to follow up on a question with the gun law that was recently passed that strips permits, the need for permits in the state of Tennessee.
Right. Sam, you finished our last block with the comment about we passed this clearly unconstitutional legislation, whatever it may be, vouchers, guns, reproductive rights, and then we wait for it in the courts. Do your Republican counterparts ever discuss the actual cost in dollars and cents this costs the state of Tennessee and its citizens? Does that ever come up in discussion?
It doesn't come up in discussion in my circles. I would say I'm sure it does come up in circles. But if you look at the governor's budget, he's put in money for lawsuits. And that to me this is hard-earned regressive tax, but tax dollars that we're putting out there for lawsuits that we more than likely as a state are going to lose out on.
Susan?
Let's talk baseball, downtown baseball. So I think it's your district that all of this is being talked about. I know Senator Massey and Briggs have a bill that's moving in the Senate to make this a special district so the taxes can help pay for all this development. Where is this in the House, and are you supporting?
We just got notice today. They are hearing all the sports-related issues on April the 7th, so that's next week. And so we are hopeful. I am very supportive. I signed on to the legislation that Representative Zachary is carrying. It's in the heart of the 15th District. There are going to be some great things as it relates to this baseball stadium. There's some concerns. There's always concerns coming from the community about, are you really going to value the historical and also minority participation? But people are engaged in that process. The urban leagues having good conversations. I want to see some minority faces on every aspect of that, but it's a great project. I'm a big fan of baseball, and downtown baseball in Knoxville is going to be extremely exciting.
Well, do you anticipate
Sam, do you think because
in the House and Senate, then do you anticipate that something, I know you have to talk to your colleagues because it kind of is a local bill, obviously, but are you hearing any concerns from any other particular urban areas about this bill?
No, they have some. Well, we have one around the I can't think of it now, the convention center. There's two in Nashville. There's one in Memphis and one in Chattanooga. People understand that we need these things to make all the parts and the pieces play together. There has to be some type of enhancement. I'm not hearing any pushback from my fellow legislators. I don't anticipate any. We just want to make sure that the community's involved in Knoxville.
Do you think this project's a little easier, Sam, because Randy Boyd is behind it? And despite being a Republican, Randy was pretty well liked by both sides of the aisle when he was there under Governor Haslam, and now as president of UT. Do you think it's a little easier sell for everybody because Randy Boyd's involved in it?
To be honest, it's hard not to like Randy Boyd. He has the energy, he has the enthusiasm, he's sincere. I mean, he wants to see this. So yes, it has been easier, but not necessarily because of his position at UT. I do think he has great relationships here in Nashville because of his previous work with the Haslam administration. But yeah, it's an easier sell. But when you look at every metropolitan area in Tennessee, we're the only ones with a suburban, and by suburban I mean the next county over, minor league baseball park. So it's a pretty easy sell. I wish we had never left downtown Knoxville when we had it at Bill Meyer. I was actually there for the last game played at Bill Myers by the stadium by the Smokies. So he's done a good job. He's asked the right questions. He's put the right people in the room.
Representative McKenzie, I want to pivot to health care and the 300,000 uninsured in our state. You have made this a priority to talk about it. What are the chances something gets done on that issue in terms of expanding help to people who need it, who are uninsured? We are hearing some rumblings in particular from Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally that some of those options may indeed be on the table. What are you hearing?
You know, the Biden administration has made this opportunity extremely enticing to even the most stringent opponent in the past. It makes sense. We need to take advantage of this opportunity that is put before us to truly expand the roles of the people that getting the care and the need in terms of their health. We're closing rural hospitals. St. Mary's Tenova closed the downtown facility. We are struggling with health care, our reimbursement rates, and all manner of things. But this new incentive, I think the lieutenant governor, he's wise to take a pause and say we need to stop and take a look at this. It's gaining momentum. I don't want to jinx it, but I really think we're going to end up in a better situation because of the current administration in Washington, D.C. and the incentive that they've given places like Tennessee. We're only one of 12 states that haven't taken advantage of it. I think we'd be pound foolish, several pounds foolish, not to expand Medicaid under this current proposal.
Susan?
And Sam, do I understand that there's now a 10-year guarantee of funds through Medicaid versus 2 years, what it was previously?
10-year guarantee. Makes sense.
Susan, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to, I think we probably don't have a lot of time left, but you said you would introduce 15 bills. What's the one that you really want to get passed?
There are several that I really, really want to get passed. You know, there's one that I think I'm struggling. I sponsored with Senator Briggs. It's our foster parents out. Our foster parents are grandparents who are acting as the foster parent. Right now, they get nothing for that, you know, and not just grandparents, but aunts and uncles, to try to give them half of the amount that we're giving our foster care parents. So that's a pretty hefty note on that, but it just makes sense. Tennessee isn't keeping up. We have way too many of our kids not in a family situation. They're with a foster care person. So that's one. And I have a couple more on criminal justice reform, trying to do a good job with getting our released citizens, people that have been set free, to get them the right to vote when the only thing that's keeping them there is a back bill as far as child support. I'm all for that. They need to get into an agreement. And if they've gotten into agreement, give them the right to vote back. It's a right. It's a responsibility to do child support, but it's a right to vote. And we can put those two together.
Representative McKenzie, we appreciate your time on this Sunday morning. We wish you the best. Happy Easter to you and your family. And we'll be back on Inside Tennessee right after this.